Now it's time to turn our attention to the goals. It's College World Series time.
Yeah, that's right. Both baseball and softball teams are in the College World Series right now. Let's start out in Iowa. Salisbury baseball falling to East Texas Baptist 7-3 tonight. The offense had absolutely no chance tonight, Devin. 16 strikeouts for the Gulls today.
That's tough.
Just 7 base runners all night, while Jimmy Adkins was lit up for 5 runs in 3 1/3 innings.
Yeah, now this loss moves the Gulls into the elimination bracket, so they'll have to win tomorrow just to stay alive in the College World Series, which is kind of similar to what the softball situation is, which we'll touch on a little bit.
Yeah, we're not used to this with Salisbury baseball this year because they've been able to score 10 or more runs in 5 straight games. The offense has been the driving force for this team all season long, and it's obvious when they don't score, the pitching is not up to par with the offense, and when you're in the championship series, you're going to see some great pitching staff.
And obviously East Texas definitely has a great pitching staff to be able to do that to the Gulls, because the Gulls are usually a firepower, bats are always on fire, so to be able to get, shut down like that, very tough.
Yeah, they've got a ton of sluggers on that team. Let's move on now to the softball team, who dropped Game 1 of the College World Series yesterday, but the Gulls brushing themselves off today as they got an early lift from Maddie Lemon. This was a solo shot over the left field fence. Salisbury adding another one in the 3rd and one in the 5th for some insurance as Lindsey Windsor goes complete game, allowing just 4 hits and 1 unearned run, and Salisbury remaining alive. This was an elimination game against Christopher Newport, and now the Gulls face another elimination game coming up tomorrow morning in Texas.
So as we just mentioned, the baseball team in an elimination game, and so is the softball team. But the softball team, they played well with their backs against the wall against a heated rival in Christopher Newport. I mean, we always play them in spring sports, the Gulls do. I mean, in every single sport, lacrosse, baseball, softball, you name it.
Yeah.
But now they have another game against Rowan University that you mentioned that is also an elimination game. So no more losses for the rest of the year, hopefully, for the Gulls, both men's and women's baseball and softball team. So maybe they can grab a title.
Yeah, hopefully they can get things started over in the loss column with that championship series if they can get out of the elimination bracket.
Absolutely.
All right, and now let's take a second to give the Salisbury men's lacrosse team a shout out as they took home their 13th championship in program history on Sunday.
Yeah, they faced off against Tufts at the Link in Philly. Salisbury jumped all over the Jumbos. It was 3-0 here. Jude Brown, he hits that shot right there.
That was a sick Jude.
It absolutely was. That's a 37th goal of the season up that point. That made it 4-0, and the goals were just on fire. They were relentless. It was 6-0 after the first quarter. Then it was 6-2. It was Brown yet again. That's the second goal of the first half. Salisbury completely dominates this one up in Philadelphia last Sunday.
And of all the Gulls, it was the sophomore from Cambridge South Dorchester, Bryce Bromwell, who led the way with 4 goals on the afternoon. So he's going to be in Salisbury for the next couple of years as well to lead the Gulls. And give Salisbury's defense a lot of credit because they held Tufts to their lowest total in a game all season long. The Jumbos have a fantastic offense, and goalkeeper Nicholas Ransom was a big reason for that, matching a career-high 16 saves. And, hey, this is beautiful right here because Cross Ferrara, Luke Nestor, and Brown all finishing up their careers with hat tricks as the national champions as well, so they're going to get that ring. And the 13th title in program history, this now ties them for the most titles in Division III men's lacrosse history with Hobart.
I mean, I think Cross came back just this year as a grad student to win a title because obviously last year they weren't able to get it done. But this year, I mean, way to cop off a career, Cross.
Yeah,
congratulations.
The all-time scorer in Salisbury history. We wanted to see him get that ring. All right, don't go anywhere. When we return, it's prediction time. Who do we think will take home titles tomorrow afternoon? That's coming up next on Delmarva Sports Insider.
I'm John Smith from Parkside Baseball, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.